right. We are still on the high quality mic, as I hope you all appreciate. And we solved our Tuesday. We are now on to the Wednesday, and this would get us into a double digit streak. And I feel confident. I think my general success rate on Wednesdays is, maybe around 70%. But sometimes it's just because I give up too soon. And I am not going to let this streak die easily. So even if I'm extremely stuck, I'm going to push through it. So without further ado, let's get into it. Shoulder muscles in gym lingo. Um, It'll come to me. Okay. Spider-Man slings webs, I would believe. Represent as a designer at a fashion show. If you're at like a red carpet event, they'll always ask the people, like, who are you wearing? So I believe wore is correct here. Sharp but appealing quality. I don't know. Twitter icon is a bird. Correct copy. Not sure. Command to Fido. Fido being a common name for a dog. Well, not really that common, but you might say stay. Represent where. And tenses always gets me. And correct copy. So copy, if you're a copywriter, if that's your job, that means that you're writing copy, like, how do I explain this without using the word? But basically like phrases and paragraph and just like text in general to represent a specific, let's say, brand. So if you see like paragraphs on the back of a cereal box that are like talking about how good the cereal is, that's like copy. So if you correct copy, that means you might be editing text. And then Agra is it's just a city in India. Number one in the rankings. Don't know. Imitated, aped, I believe. Clearwater, I don't know where that is. Millennials by another name. Don't know another name for that. Cowardly person. Okay, letters are looking pretty promising there, though. I mean, for 7 down, sharp but appealing quality. I guess it could just be edge. Like, I mean, what other word could it be, really? Washington and Lincoln. It has one eye on the TV. I believe CBS. So if you think about the CBS logo, it's just that eye. So that might be what they're talking about. A villainous person could be a bad apple. I think they say skal when they're drinking in Scandinavia. Similar kind. I think ilk is the answer there. You can be of the same ilk. And this can be something other than bad apple. These are both cities, like Washington, D.C. and Lincoln, Nebraska. Diarist Nin, don't know. French for star, étoile. Man, my French education really comes in handy with these crosswords. Then, oh, one sec. I actually, I'll be right back. I just want to make sure that my previous recording actually had audio. And this will be just a second in real time. All right, we're back. Sorry, I got super paranoid. All right, we're all good. Meaty bone for a dog. Could be like a treat for a dog. Esau is a classic crosswordese biblical name. I don't know if he's actually related to Rebecca, but, you know, crossword brain kicked in. Have some could be just try it. You might say that. Abbreviation before a name on an envelope. Not off the top of my head. Daisy Ridley's role in Star Wars. She played Rey, the main character of the new ones. Nick's Arena, Madison Square Garden. It might come in a bottle. You might find a message in a bottle. Open to the thigh as an evening gown. Votes in could be elects. I was thinking this might be slit something. Heartfelt, genuine. Mount Sinai Medical Center. Hear ads for that all the time if you're in the tri-state area. Working hard could be at it. Could just be slitted. Idyllic place could be Eden, so slitted makes sense. Could be Jean Rollins or something, maybe Jeannie. Or Caftan, so Gina. I've seen this in crosswords before. Traditional garment. Recurring pattern might be a motif. In music, a motif is like a pattern that they keep calling back to, or motif could even be in like a work of literature. I'm not familiar with that phrase. Date to be wary of. You could be, isn't it like beware the Ides of March? That's that like Caesar reference. Yeah, I think that's right, because John Doe, anonymous. Okay, let's put in Ides before I go on that spiel. But you like when they don't know the name of someone, they'll call them like John Doe or Jane Doe. So that should work there. Put a ring on it. Maybe ear. It's sort of one of those tricky clues. It's just saying you might put a ring on an ear, like an earring. And you might get a mud bath at a spa, like a, you know, like a mud facial, that sort of thing. A little bit speculative, but shop with aromas, don't know. Like I'm thinking this would be like a stuffed up or something. Bite at a Spanish bar. I wonder if is tapa the singular form of tapas? I don't know. Egg on could be spur. You could like spur someone on to do something or egg them on to do it. Could be right. The Valkyries were a Norse myth, or Norse mythological beings. Yeah, so Norse seems to fit there. Big name in outdoor gear would be REI, Recreational Equipment Incorporated or something. South of the border. So I think what they're saying there is, how do you say the word south of the border, as in like in Mexico, aka like in Spanish. And I think it might be Sioux, like that. But I'm not actually completely sure. Clean Air Act organization, that was the EPA. Freeze over could be ice up, 2 words there. And then I don't know this director. Someone, Kurosawa. D looks because Kurosawa is definitely like a Japanese name, but D here doesn't look. I guess like Ishida is a Japanese name. I was gonna say that D looks a little off, but no, I think that's totally fine. Biochem strand. So it's either gonna be DNA or RNA, but I think because it's strand singular, it would be RNA. RNA is the single helix, DNA is the double one. Pinpoint. Don't know what that's getting at. Like something to do with like a personal identification number, but I don't know what the rest of that is. Snack item on a stick. A lot of things you could put on a stick. Some markets. Open air markets. I was just looking at the IR ending, and there's not a lot of ways you can make AI or IR end without A. Non-Jewish, gentili. I don't know if that's how you pronounce it, but that's just word for it. Long and perilous journey. Odyssey, maybe? Could be. Bonfire residue, you might have ash left over. Could... Is hidden but always present. It's like the only thing that I see that could work here is, in terms of like, if I just look at these letters, is T. But I don't think T is hidden but always present. I don't think that makes sense. You'd think it would be Tau or something like TAO. So skull might be wrong. It could be skull. Could be like that. I'm just going to take both of those out and come back to it. Glace after melting. I don't know what that means. British political VIPs, members of parliament, MPs. Stuffed suit. I don't know why that came to me. Stuffed suits. That's just a phrase. Time's running out. I want this to be TikTok. So stuffed suits is actually wrong. Pompous person singular. Oh, maybe stuffed suit is wrong. Wow. I was so proud of that and then instantly invalidated it. TikTok. Time is running out. Yeah, honestly the letters look pretty bad there. So stuffed shirt. Okay. So I wasn't that far off. Box score stat. So box score is like a baseball related thing. So this could be runs batted in or RBI. A turncoat. So spa is wrong. Maybe yeah, okay. Turncoat. A sty. Okay. So in a pigsty, you might also get a mud bath. And then a bakery would have good smells. And then fictional world entered through a wardrobe. That must be Narnia. And Akira Kurosawa, that looks like a name. Work on glass. Etch, maybe? So if you work, like literally working on glass, you might etch it. Be bold enough. Dare to. The Queen of Salsa. So Cruz is a Latin last name. So, and salsa is a Latin dance. Purple haze is a thing. And roll call response, you might say here. All right, making great progress. Called off. Not seeing that. Scaredy pants. Be a cowardly person. It might be Patty Lupon. Nagano Olympics. I don't know why that came to me, but I'm pretty sure that's right. Gen E? Gen Y. Yeah, Odyssey. That's how you spell Odyssey. Okay. Man, I'm catching myself a lot more often these days. I think that I can attribute that to a lot of my recent success, just catching my stupid mistakes more often. But Nagano, that sounds really good for some reason. Okay. A black hat, maybe? Could be a villainous person. And then, yeah, let's go with Tau. Popsicle on a stick. Sissy. Your trapezius muscles, aka traps. Small child could be a tot. If you're number 1 in the rankings, you're on top, I guess. Spocheck, maybe? Sissy Spocheck? Pinpoint. Oh, the point where you would enter your pin would be ATM. Spaycheck or something, I guess, because Tampa must be. I don't think there's any other city that could be. Oh, okay. Empty suit. So, empty suit. Oh, glace after melting. Oh, so glace is ice in French, and then after melting, it turns into water, which is O. Empty suit. So there's a little theme here, which is these are all phrases, kind of derogatory phrases related to clothing items. So scaredy pants, empty suit, and stuffed shirt. Oh, and turncoat and black hat. Okay, so a little bit going on there. And then PMs, okay. Omnia, probably. And then attention, maybe. Try that out. Okay, something wrong. Fair enough. Let's just try that one. Okay, I think it's Gina. But as I said before, there's very high percentage chance that I've made a silly mistake somewhere. Gen Y, yeah, that makes sense. Scaredy pants, cities. I think that's a name. Black hat, étoile, skull, yeah. Omnia, Vincent Amour. Madison Square Garden, Ides March. That all looks okay. Gina Rollins. Eden here. Kira. Sued. Akira, maybe. There we go. Okay. There we go. We have made it to double-digit streak, and what a aesthetic time to do it on. Let's go ahead and admire the puzzle. I, for the most part, enjoyed it, but I think it leaned really heavily on foreign language clues, which I don't like. For example, it's okay as long as it's crossed fairly, but here, literally, it's 2 clues that are just like, literally, do you know French? And they're crossing each other in a little corner. And like, definitely, like, oh, like if you've solved a bunch of crosswords, like you just know what water is, so you'll be able to get this. So I would imagine that it's like fairly rare for people to get truly trapped up here, but I don't know, it's just sort of a bad look if it's just like literally 2 words in French crossing each other in a little corner. And then, you know, I myself got tripped up down here because it's a Japanese name crossed with a Spanish word. And Sud and Akira both seem fine. There are a lot of consonants that could potentially work there. I'm not like again, Akira is definitely the most likely one. And Akira Kurosawa, now that I think of it, does ring a bell. So it's not like it's just a random name. Like, this is more of an example of like the sort of thing that could trip someone up. But in general, I enjoyed it. I thought the theme was fine. Added a tiny bit to the thing. I'm not familiar with like Black Hat really. except in the concept of like hackers. But overall, I think this was a reasonable puzzle. I'll give it a 5.5 out of 10, slightly above average. And I'm just happy to have extended the streak once more. See you in the next one, and thanks for watching.